Okay, good afternoon. We are live right now. Hopefully, you can hear us quite okay. We are going live right now because we are beginning at this time our live one-on-one severe weather coverage with what is likely going to be a major severe weather outbreak in our region and throughout the Mississippi and Ohio valleys this afternoon. We have already some very concerning looking cells on radar over southeastern Missouri. These are still about an hour away from crossing into southern Illinois, but the reason that we're going live right now is just because of how dangerous these storms can be. Already showing a hook echo on two of these storms and hail up to and over baseball size. So these are storms not to mess with this afternoon. These are the three cells I have my eyes on right now. One of them is just south of Piedmont, Missouri. The other one is just north of Piedmont, Missouri, and the third one that is producing some gorilla-sized hail. By saying that, I mean very, very large, just to the east of Mountain View, Missouri. So you take a look at the hail diameter in some of these. We're talking 3-inch sized hail in this storm, hail 4 inches in this storm, that being radar indicated, and hail also in a storm north of that one near Piedmont, Missouri, measuring over 2 inches as well. These storms will be tracking into southern Illinois over the next 1 to 2 hours. These are extremely dangerous storms, and we are out right now. We're currently here. We're going to be in our starting point in Marion this afternoon and track these storms throughout the rest of the day and into the evening. So this is a very threat to definitely be taken seriously this afternoon as we are going to continue to track these storms. Let's give you a bigger picture of kind of what we are looking at all across the region right now. I know we tend to get a lot of questions based off location. Will I see a tornado where I am? Will I not see a tornado? Obviously, those questions unable to be answered this far in advance. But now that these storms are on radar, we can give you a better idea of where we believe has the best chance of seeing more of a tornado threat or more of a hail threat. We do just now have an observed tornado. This is up in the St. Louis metro area. Let's switch over to their radar. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. A tornado confirmed right now in St. Louis. We have a confirmed tornado in St. Louis right now. That is not a radar signature you want to see. Wow, that is definitely a confirmed tornado in St. Louis right now. That is literally just to the north of downtown too, moving right along. It looks like I-70. Wow, we're going to let's switch over to our standby graphic for a second while we work on getting some more details on this tornado. But yeah, they just switched that over to an observed tag. So very dangerous tornado right now on the ground in the St. Louis area. And this is going to be the type of day where we're going to have a lot of breaks in between to make sure other people are getting this information. So if you're live on this stream right now, just know that throughout the afternoon, it's not going to be not everything's not going to go perfect, but we're going to do our best to make sure that you get the information that you need to get. So um, we will continue to track this storm and the other two storms developing out into southeastern Missouri as they track further into southern Illinois. All right, so once again, we are back right now. We have a major, large tornado on the ground right now in St. Louis, Missouri. We're going to go back to that right now because we are. I know we have a lot of people who likely know or have friends or family in the St. Louis area right now. Some good news on the most recent update. It does look like this tornado is tracking just to the north of downtown, but this is a confirmed tornado. They just confirmed this a few moments ago. This is in moving east at 50 miles per hour, a PDS tornado warning. It is a confirmed tornado just north of downtown St. Louis, just about to cross the Mississippi River into the Granite City area. So we wanted to make you aware of that. The other two storm cells we are tracking right now, both in southeastern Missouri, these will likely impact southern Illinois over the next 1 to 2 hours. These storms still well out from crossing the Mississippi River, but these are some very large hail makers, hail in excess of 4 inches being reported in some of these storms this afternoon. When we look at these tornado warning storms, we always look for that hook signature. So you take a look at that storm right there, how it has a hook, storm further to the south. Take a look at that storm right there. You can see the hook on it right there. That is the reason that we have these tornado warnings issued for these two storms. These areas of storms in particular, just about 50 to 60 miles from crossing the Mississippi River. If these storms are moving at 50 miles per hour, well, that gives you about an hour until they move into southern Illinois. So, keeping a close eye on both of those storms at this time. Just a few moments ago, we had highlighted this area as a spot that we have a large amount of concern with over the next 1 to 2 hours of seeing a large tornado along with extremely large hail. That area is still something that we are keeping a very, very close eye on over the next hour or so. These storms are going to continue to move into a more favorable environment. They're really starting to ramp up right now. If you go ahead and put a storm track on these storms, let's go ahead and get the storm tracks up here. So this kind of tells you the generalized direction that these storms are traveling. Um, Again, these are moving at about 50 miles per hour. This one over Annapolis, Missouri, likely going to be crossing the Mississippi River between an hour to an hour and 25 minutes from now. This one down here, south of Piedmont, Missouri, going to also be crossing the Mississippi River around that same time. So keeping a close eye on these two cells, and man, this cell just to the east, or excuse me, just to the west of this tornado warning cell in southeastern Missouri. This is near Winona, Missouri. Take a look at those very bright colors right there. That is some extremely large hail likely in that storm. Hail around 3 inches being reported with that storm moving up towards Ellington. It looks like on the most recent update it might have diminished just a little bit, so that's some good news. But that storm keeping an eye on as well. That has no immediate threat to southern Illinois. New severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued. This is for areas of Randolph County and Washington County. This is just to the northwest of our coverage area. This includes Redbud, New Athens, Lindsborg, and Marissa. That goes, let's see, that goes until 3:30 p.m. So that is a new severe thunderstorm warning issued for that area. Again, that goes until 3:30 p.m. Likely going to be seeing a tornado watch being issued here very soon for areas, really for all of Southern Illinois, I believe, that is going to be under this threat for damaging winds, tornadoes, and large hail over the next few hours or so. We'll see when exactly that gets issued, but it would likely be issued, I'd say, within the next 30 minutes. There's already a tornado watch in effect for areas of southeastern Missouri, and that also includes Jackson and Perry County, Illinois. Let's take a look at this storm up near St. Louis, Missouri right now. This likely crossing the river as we speak. This is more of an embedded tornado right here. Right there would be our tornado. So that is now into Illinois, tracking into and near the Pontoon Beach and Glen Carbon area. That is still an observed tornado. That is, let's see, still a PDS warning and radar confirmed tornado. So that is going to be tracking just to the north of I-64. That storm will stay out of our coverage area, but nevertheless, we'll keep an eye on it. Keeping an eye on as well a little bit of development out in this direction. Two storms, one near Farmington, one just south of DeSoto, Missouri, also starting to fire up. Those could produce a tornado as well. We'll keep a close eye on those. And obviously, still those two other storms we've been keeping an eye on further south into Missouri. All right, while we have a moment, just on our standby graphic, just seeing to see if we have any reports of damage from St. Louis. There was a nearly 2 mile wide debris ball showing up on radar just about 5 minutes ago. That was just north of downtown St. Louis in the northern suburbs of St. Louis, Missouri. That is a Yeah, there's been reports of debris definitely being lofted into the air from this storm. Um, let's see if we can't get some confirmation from a couple sources up in that area on if we do in fact have any confirmed damage with that. I would assume we do. We're gonna get you the radar back on now, so you can let's go up and take another look. That still has an observed tag on it. The one good thing with that is that is radar confirmed was not a was not confirmed by spotters. Keeping a closer eye on this storm now. This is still under a severe thunderstorm warning, but this storm also looking like it's starting to try to get a little bit of maybe some rotation there near Redbud. That severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Washington County, Illinois, and areas of Randolph and St. Clair County as well. I'm going to switch back over to Paducah's radar as we continue to track this. Man, this is a very concerning storm here. I'm surprised we don't have a confirmed tornado yet with this, but I would assume we will eventually, just based off what I'm seeing in this. But oh yeah, picking up 100-mile-per-hour winds in the atmosphere with this. So yeah, we're likely going to see a tornado touchdown at some point with this storm if it's not already on the ground. Let's check out the let's check out the hail size in the storm as well. Again, hail was something that we were also very concerned with today. Typically, when it comes to tornadic storms like this, here's what we look for, just so you can have a preview of this as we move further into the afternoon, kind of what to look for on radar. First of all, obviously, we look for that hook. If there was a tornado on the ground with this storm right now, it would be right in that area I've circled. Well, really, it would be more in this area, but right in that generalized area. And then the hail would be on the north side of that. So those brighter colors you see just to the north of where that hook is, that is where hail would be picked up in that storm. So currently, this storm producing some very large hail. I'm not sure if it's quite as large as the radar is wanting to say it is, but likely definitely some golf ball size, at least hail in that storm. in southeastern Missouri. If we track this storm out on the current trajectory, it would be taking something like that. So it could impact areas of Cape Girardeau, Alexander County, Pulaski County, and Johnson County if this storm holds together. The storm just to the north of it, another storm we are concerned with. That is a sloppy line, but that would impact likely Union County if it were to hold together, and maybe extreme southern Jackson County. Again, these two storms still well well away from crossing the Mississippi River, but we will keep an eye on them. Still keeping a close eye on this storm. This is up near the St. Louis metro area in Redbud. The storm likely producing some very large hail right now, at least golf ball sized hail likely with this storm moving into the Lively Grove area. No tornado warning on that storm just yet. We take a look at the winds inside of that. Yeah, not enough rotation to warrant a warning in that storm just yet. Again, that should stay to the north of our coverage area, so that should move just to the north of Jefferson County. This storm now is back to a radar indicated tag. That is the storm that produced a uh, reported tornado north of St. Louis, Missouri. So that storm still has rotation in it, but no longer with that confirmed tornado tag. This storm is moving um, right along and will probably be impacting Edwardsville, Illinois here momentarily. So again, that's now back to a radar indicated threat. So that is good news. No longer a confirmed tornado with that storm. But again, if you're just joining us, I continue to be very concerned with these two storms right here. That is what we're going to be tracking over the next 30 minutes to an hour. Looks like we do have another tornado warning that's just now been issued for a storm behind these storms back into Salem, Missouri. That storm still quite a ways from moving into our region. All right, so as we continue to track these two tornado warning storms, we are going to take a very quick break. We'll be right back here in just a few moments as we continue our severe weather coverage here on the Swinford Media Group. All right, we are back right now with our continuing coverage of severe weather here in Illinois. We currently still have 2 tornado warnings in effect with these 2 storms that we have been tracking for the past several minutes, about 30 minutes now. These are going to be moving into southern Illinois here within the next hour, probably less than an hour before they cross the Mississippi River. I did want to show you, I'm not sure if we can get that up on our screen or not, but we are having some reports of confirmed damage in the St. Louis metro area from a tornado that moved through just a few moments ago. Let's go back to the standby graphic, and we're going to try to get that on your screen for you. This was from the Gateway Arch camera. It's kind of hard to see, but here it is. This was just about 10 to 15 minutes ago from the camera atop the Gateway Arch. This is looking to the west, and if you look in just to the right-hand portion of your screen, right above, forgive me, I do not remember the name of that tower there, but right above the tallest building in your screen, that area right there, you can kind of make right in that area. So that was shared from a live camera from the Gateway Arch just about 10 to 15 minutes ago of a tornado that was confirmed moving just north of downtown St. Louis. So we wanted to show you that. That storm has now dissipated. However, there are some reports of damage from that tornado that just moved through. Let's go ahead and switch back to live radar right now concerning the storms that will be moving in here momentarily. The good news right now is both of these storms, I'll take that back, they have just upgraded this storm to an observed tag. So we do have an observed tornado now with this storm moving towards Marquand, Missouri. This is a law enforcement confirmed tornado south of Annapolis, Missouri. So this tornado right now is just about 45 to 50 miles from moving across the Mississippi River. This still has 2 counties to go in southeastern Missouri. This is likely going to be impacting Union County, Illinois, should this storm hold together. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can get a better idea of the track of this. This might be one of these storms that we track this afternoon. So we're keeping a close eye on this. This is an observed tornado, an observed law enforcement confirmed tornado near Marquand, Missouri. This is moving to the extreme northeast. This is moving at about 50 miles per hour. We're going to make sure that we have hang on, they're switching over now the tornado warnings. There was an observed tag on this. There we go. Sometimes it can be difficult to pick up the right warning. Okay, so this, now they've changed it to weather spotters confirmed tornado. Okay, so that could mean that we had law enforcement confirm it first and now confirmed by spotters, but they've just updated this. This is for Boulder and Wayne counties in Missouri. This is, just trying to get speed on this, moving east at 40 miles per hour, and the storm has a history of producing tornadoes. Storm to the south of that still has a radar indicated tag. Let's go ahead and take a look at the velocity in these storms. Yeah, very strong winds up in the atmosphere, let's hope, with this storm. Registering over 100 miles per hour. That's what the radar is picking up, not necessarily what's on the ground, but that's what the radar is picking up with this storm. Radar also picking up winds in excess of 60 miles per hour with this storm. That is the one that had the, it looks like there might have been a tornado for a few moments that touched down. Oh yeah, they had a 100 mile per hour registered wind gust there on radar for a moment, but then it dissipated again. So that might not be on the ground, but it definitely might have touched down for a few moments there in southeastern Missouri, because we did have a law enforcement confirmed tornado just a few moments ago with that storm. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me a little bit better now. We had to switch over our audio feeds. But again, we have two tornado warnings that remain in effect now for these storms that will be moving into southern Illinois momentarily. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for this storm up near Marissa, Illinois. That one is not a very strong storm at this point, but we'll keep an eye on it should that possibly impact the extreme northwestern edge of Jefferson County. Man, some of these storms up near the Springfield area, man, they are producing some hail. Um, Definitely some hail up with those storms in central Illinois, and definitely some hail with these storms that are going to be moving into our area momentarily as well. We could most definitely have a tornado on the ground with this storm to the south right now. This radar registering now winds over 100 miles per hour, 110 mile per hour wind gusts being registered in the atmosphere. Again, not necessarily on the ground, but in the atmosphere with this storm. This is the warning to the south. This is going to be moving just to the north of Puxico, Missouri. Weather Service still has a radar indicated tag on that storm. We'll keep a close eye on that. That would likely impact areas of Advance, Missouri. We'll keep an eye on this storm as well. Another tornado warning to the north of these two cells. This is actually quite far north. If this holds together, this would likely could miss our area, but may impact portions of our area. We'll keep a close eye on it. But that storm also has a tornado warning on it that expires in at 3:45 p.m. And this storm does not look very organized on the reflectivity, but radar wanting to pick up some very strong wind gusts in this. Uh, so we'll see if there is in fact an observed tornado with this. This is in a very difficult area because this is in the Ozarks. So sometimes it can be more difficult to observe tornadoes in this area. So that might be part of the reason we might not have an observed confirmed tornado, but we'll keep an eye on it. Nevertheless, this storm back to a radar indicated threat. This is near Marquand, Missouri. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to keep our eyes close on these two storms. Again, they're just about, I'd say, 30 to 45 minutes from crossing into southern Illinois, giving you the first alert on these storms, and we will be right back in just about 5 minutes or so as we continue to track this severe weather event. All right, if you're just joining us, it is 3:23 p.m. and we are coming back to you as we continue to track severe weather that is moving towards southern Illinois, not yet in southern Illinois, but we do have a new tornado warning that has just been issued with this storm to the south. This tornado warning includes Advance, Missouri, Bell City, Chaffee, Zalma, and other areas. That also includes Delta. That tornado warning in effect until 4:30 p.m. Correction, 4:15 p.m. that morning in effect for. Again, not an observed tornado yet, but man, there is quite a bit of wind and very large hail in this storm. We're going to switch it back over to velocity for a moment, and yeah, look at all that rotation right there in that area. A lot of wind in this storm. Our radar has been consistently registering winds over 100 miles per hour up in the atmosphere. Likely with this storm, we have yet to have a confirmed observed tornado with this, but we are keeping a very, very close eye on this storm. If this does hold together, presumably it will with the environment we're in right now, it would be impacting Alexander County, Illinois. That would include Tams, Commerce, Mounds, as well as Pulaski County and Olin and Mountain City, maybe even eventually Karnak. So this storm's still about 30 minutes to an hour away from your location, but we are going to keep a close eye on this storm as it moves further to the east. Some big hail likely with this storm near Marquand, Missouri. This is a tornado warned storm as well. Um, Lots of wind in that too. Radar registering, still consistently registering winds over 60 miles per hour in that storm. Um, yeah, there might be some rotation there as well, picking up 89-mile-per-hour winds in that area of the storm. So that tornado warning again. When we look for hail, we look for the brightest color within these storms, and that is definitely registering some hail within that storm near Marquand, Missouri. Let's get a quick update from this storm. This is the same cell that moved through St. Louis earlier, where we had that confirmed tornado. This now back to a radar indicated threat. So that's going to stay well north of our region. So no worries with that storm. So that's some good news. The only three storms we are tracking right now are all in southeastern Missouri. So again, these storms still um, a ways out from impacting our area. This particular storm track is bringing this cell, which has a history of producing a tornado, across the Mississippi River around 4:15 p.m. into Union County. This one bringing this cell to near Cairo and crossing the Mississippi River south of Cape Girardeau around 4:15 p.m. as well. All right, we are coming back here once again because we continue to track these tornado-warned storms as they inch closer to the Mississippi River. We still have 2 tornado warnings in effect for these storms that will be impacting southern Illinois momentarily. One of these warnings is for radar indicated rotation. The other is also for radar indicated rotation. So that is some good news still. No confirmed tornadoes on the ground with either of these cells, although they are picking up some very gusty winds. This one's starting to get a little less organized. This one was organized for a little bit, but not quite as much anymore. I do have my eye on this cell, or not cell, I should say, this small area of rotation right here, just to the north of that. We'll see what comes of that. There is a little bit of rotation right there, moving just north of Marquand, but that is also included in the existing tornado warning that expires at 4:15 p.m. that we brought to you just a few moments ago. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for this storm. This includes Washington County, Illinois, as well as Nashville. This storm likely producing some hail. Radar indicated hail of at least an inch in this storm. This is going to be moving. We'll likely clip the zoom out a little bit for you. We'll likely clip the northwestern edge of Jefferson County. So Irvington, just south of Centralia, Walnut Hill, Kell, those areas could be impacted by this storm. This storm will likely miss Mount Vernon. Could become tornado warned. We will keep an eye on that storm. We have some new storms developing out in this area. None of these are warned just yet, but we're going to keep a very close eye on these as well. And then we also have that existing tornado warning further to the west. That's still radar indicated rotation as well. That storm moving towards Potosi, Missouri at this time. So once again, we have, I will also add, over the last few minutes or so, the National Weather Service has expanded the tornado watch to all of southern Illinois. That tornado watch is in effect for all of our viewing area. That was originally just in effect for Perry and Jackson counties. Again, that tornado watch now in effect for the entire region. Let's go ahead and give you another storm track on these 2 storms, as I know a lot of people are concerned with these 2 cells. I will say, based off what I'm seeing right now, and we really put this information out about an hour ago, but it still stands true because these 2 cells have continued to consistently keep up their energy. This area right, I'm going to redo that. This area right here is the area that would be impacted by these 2 cells as they move further to the east. So Anna, Cobden, Pomona, Dongola, Vienna, Goreville, Metropolis, Mounds, Cairo, Olmsted, Tams, Cape Girardeau, maybe Marion. You're kind of right on that line. Marion, Carbondale, Harrisburg, those areas. It just depends on how far north the cell to the north is able to track. I don't have any concern for your areas as far as that cell near Advance, Missouri, but the cell near Marquand could track into your areas. It just depends how far north it can get. But primarily far southern Illinois is the areas of concern I have for these 2 cells. This area that is developing right here, these would likely be, not saying they couldn't produce a tornado, which they definitely could, but these would likely be hail producers as well. I would have more of a concern for this generalized area. Again, this area of storms is not yet warned, but if we do see any warnings with these storms as they move further to the east, I would be more concerned with areas, say, along Route 13 up to I-64. So Mount Vernon, DeCoyne, Pinckneyville, Sparta, Steelville, Cesar, West Frankfort, Benton, Herron, Marion, Carbondale, McLeansboro, Carmi,
all of those areas is what I'm monitoring for this area of storms. And the only other storm I just mentioned a while ago is this one that is under a severe thunderstorm warning near Nashville. That storm could clip areas of extreme northwestern Jefferson County here within the next 15 minutes. Okay, so as we have now approached 3:40 p.m., if you're just joining us, these storms inching their way closer to southern Illinois. We have 2 tornado-warned storms currently in effect. These storms right now are moving at between 40 to 50 miles per hour to the east. They're going to be crossing the Mississippi River here momentarily. I'd say probably within the next 15 minutes or so. Both of these storms do have tornado warnings on them right now. As of right now, there is no confirmed tornado on the ground with either of these storms, so that is some good news. But both of these storms do have a history of producing a tornado. Thankfully, over the last 30 to 45 minutes, they have remained rather stagnant and have not been able to produce anything on the ground. So that is some good news. Again, these storms moving to the east and just a little bit to the north, but mainly to the east, and they are continuing that track and will move into our region over the next 15 to 30 minutes. Looks like the Weather Service has dropped the tornado warning for that storm we were tracking up by Potosi, Missouri. Is that storm right there. But if these storms right here can become a little bit more less organized and more individual supercells, they could potentially produce a tornado, or at least prompt a tornado warning here momentarily. So we're going to keep a close eye on those storms. We still have, let's switch over to St. Louis's radar for a moment. We still have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Washington County, Illinois, with hail, observed hail, so confirmed hail of 1 3/4 inches in diameter, just about 2 inches in diameter, and winds around 60 miles per hour. Looks like we got 3 areas of rotation now as of this most recent update. Oh yeah, right near Marble Hill. Some rotation to be keeping a close eye on there. So we got one area of rotation here, one area of rotation here, and then further to the south we have one area of rotation here. So those are the 3 areas we're kind of looking at right now. We'll see if any of those are able to produce a tornado. It's just kind of a waiting game right now as these move further into southern Illinois, or excuse me, further into southeastern Missouri and eventually into southern Illinois. Hail up to 3 inches in diameter being reported with this storm. Again, this is a A tornado warning with radar indicated rotation with a max hail size of 3 inches. This storm not producing quite as large hail, but still about golf ball sized hail possible with this storm. This one's slowing down just a little bit now, moving east at 35 miles per hour. This storm to the south, still moving east at about 50 miles per hour. As of right now, not seeing any new development to the south, really no development at all. So that's a good news. That's some good news for our friends in western Kentucky. Overall, this storm system, just for those of you, I know we also have a lot of people probably viewing over in areas of eastern southern Illinois, which you are probably still. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, kind of give you a time frame of these storms as of right now. So this is the area where these storms are right now. Within about 30 minutes or so, I expect them to kind of be in that area crossing the Mississippi River. An hour from now, probably in this area. That would include right down I-57 in that area. Within about an hour 30, that would be probably in the Harrisburg area, and then moving out of southern Illinois and probably forming into more of a linear line of storms by the time it crosses the Ohio River and moves into western Kentucky. So hopefully that gives you kind of an idea on the overall timing of these storms. This cell's still picking up, or the radar is still picking up some very high wind gusts in the atmosphere with this cell south of Bell City. I still have it as radar indicated rotation, so that's still good news, but still certainly capable of producing a tornado. Seeing some rotation here in this area north of Marble Hill as well. Yeah, taking a closer look at this cell, definitely seeing some rotation here. We could have a tornado with this storm just near Marble Hill. The tornado would be right in this area. That storm would be tracking into or just near Jackson, Missouri. Excuse me, Jackson, Missouri over the next 15 minutes or so. Should see a new tornado warning come out here momentarily for Cape Girardeau County, Missouri. Should also see a new warning coming out here soon for Scott County, Missouri as well. New severe thunderstorm warning now issued. This is for this area of storms that is developing to the north of the tornado warned storms. So this is on a line from Potosi over to St. Genevieve, Missouri. These storms could produce some very large hail and tornadoes as they move into southern Illinois. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to take a very, very, very brief break here for just a couple minutes, get our thoughts together, and then we are going to be live with likely continuous coverage here with no more breaks as these storms approach the Mississippi River. So stay tuned. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes as we continue to track these storms moving into our area. All right, we're coming back to you live right now, getting a couple more reports of some damage up in the St. Louis area right now. Again, it looks like they were impacted by a pretty extensive tornado. We're being told right now on the north side of the St. Louis Zoo, there is damage in that area. We are just about to go back to our radar here in just a moment and update you on the storms moving into our region, but very unfortunate situation ongoing right now up in St. Louis. Let's just hope there were no humans and no animals hurt in that confirmed tornado that occurred just a few moments ago. We are going to work on getting you some additional photos and video from that here momentarily. No new tornado warnings yet for Southern Illinois. And as soon as a warning is issued, we will go live with that. Stand by for just a couple more minutes and we'll be back live here momentarily.